Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, mind, and soul. And today we are connecting to the heart and soul of starting businesses in downtown Arlington. So this is a very exciting day for us to be on location.
And we're here with Diane Krieg, who is going to introduce herself, tell us a little bit about what she does and your actual job title.
Okay, my actual job title is Executive Director for the Stille Valley Chamber. It's a long name for I just do whatever needs to get done. So I have an office in downtown Arlington in Legion Park between the two bathrooms, everybody's life goal. But it's a great way of knowing your community.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to walk in my door, what they need. Do they need a resource? Do they need to know about a business? Are they a new move-in? Are they trying to figure something out? Are they lost? So you never know who's going to walk through the door.
So, and you wear many hats with this job.
I do.
We heard that if it wasn't for you, a lot of the events in downtown Arlington would not have gone off so amazingly as they've had all summer long.
Yeah, I do just a little bit of everything, whatever needs to be done to make something happen. I do the Arlington Farmers Market, which is a great resource for the community. It brings food, local products to the community, but it's also something that you can count on doing every Saturday. Every Saturday is different. We have different vendors, we have different performers. We have young entrepreneurs last Saturday, and we actually had one of the dads who performed on stage and brought up his daughter, who was one of the people selling the products. Grandma even, so you never know for sure from day to day who's going to be there, what's going to be sold. So you need to come every time and support those people who grow the food 7 miles from your house instead of somebody who ships it for 7 days.
Yeah. So it's really picked like it. Well, that's really the best part about a farmer's market is getting the fresh produce.
Right.
Which is awesome in our area because we have such great access to some amazing farmers. And then
the crafts are
local,
yes.
Local gifts like to give people. Like I always like to do my Christmas shopping at this time of year because you can tuck away really cool little treasures that you wouldn't find at Christmas time unless you went. Sometimes you can't even find them at a holiday bazaar close to because you can only find them at farmers market.
Right. And the interesting thing about the farmers market, most people don't know that every single one of those businesses is actually really a business. It's not somebody who just put up a tent on Saturday morning and said, oh, I'm going to be at the farmers market today. They have to have a UBI from the state of Washington. They have to have liability insurance. Most of them have business licenses. They all are real businesses, real neighbors working. Some of them it's their whole employment, but others it might be their second job, just as a way of funding something special in their life or a child's activity, something like that.
So what's the farmers market? What time of year does it start and what time does it end?
So the farmers market starts the first weekend of May, usually for Mother's Day. It runs through the summer, through the growing season, as long as the farmers have product. That's one of the things to be a farmer's market, you actually have to have farmers. There's a certain amount that the state has, you have to have a certain amount of farms to have farmer's market. And as long as they have farms, we can have a farmer's market. Then we run through September. And then we do a special market once in October, once in November, once in December. And then we all get to take 4 months off.
Nice.
And what are some of the other events that you've been part of?
So we just finished Arlington Farm Tours, which was a really fun way of getting everybody to know the local farms. Not all the farms participate in farmers markets, but they are local farms that wanted to be part of this. And I was talking to a gentleman on Saturday and he said it was really fun. They thought they would do 3 farms on Friday. They did 3 farms on Friday and said, they'll keep going. So then they did 3 farms on Saturday, and then they did 3 farms on Sunday. And they said it was really fun because they were put on a road. Are they really supposed to be driving down this road? And they found, a farm that they had never known. And so they actually ended up going to all the farms. They ended up going to all 16 businesses.
16.
They did 16
Oh my
businesses
goodness, they're the
that
champion.
weekend. Yeah,
We get it for them a gold medal.
they do get a gold medal, but they actually brought their passport back, and so they're in the drawing to win a basket. So those people that went to 5 are we're gonna draw for a basket of fun gifts. Other events we've done, we did Eagle Festival.
That's in February.
That's in February, and the kids were able to do a walk around downtown, learn about animals that live in our area that are local, and then they were able to then get a stuffed animal. The best thing ever. We do charm walk at Christmas time where everyone's able to go to different businesses, get a charm, create a bracelet. That's a paid activity, but that gets them into stores that they've never ever been to. So
that sounds cool. I had not even heard of that one.
yeah, that one's fun.
I heard about
cool.
it from Monica this last year. She did it. She did all the videos and stuff on social media. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And so we call the Christmas time one hometown holiday.
Yep, Christmas is hometown holidays. Halloween is hometown Halloween. And then everybody gets to go trick-or-treating downtown and can go trick-or-treating into the farmer's market. And that's the last Saturday of October. So that's our October farmer's market is on that day.
So it's trick or treating and farmers market.
It's trick-or-treating,
and the whole
farmer's
town
market.
is-
Yeah, and then there's other activities downtown. If you've never been to Arlington during that weekend, they will roll pumpkins down the hill.
What?
Yes, when I had exchange students, I always made sure the exchange students did that because they like.
Where else were you
Yes.
experience
Yes,
rolling
so
pumpkins?
they'll roll pumpkins down the hill right over there on Second. There's other activities, there's pumpkin carving contest, and it's just a fun,
That's
way of
awesome.
experiencing fall.
Oh, I love that. I want to roll a pumpkin down.
I
the
know,
hill.
like me too.
You
I'm
can.
like, it reminds me of like cheese rolling in Wisconsin.
Well,
like-
the best year, my sons actually got pumpkins from a farm that had flooded the week before. And so those pumpkins were actually really, really heavy and they rolled down really good, but then they got to then they won because they rolled really fast. But when they got to the bottom, they went flat.
All right.
And so
'cause
then
they're
there was
just full
stuff
of-
everywhere.
Pumpkin pieces just flying.
Yes, so
That's really fun.
That's
And
really
I
nice.
love the different things that our little hometown
Mhm.
does for all these different events. and
Yeah.
things.
we have a great partnership, City of Arlington, the Downtown Business Association, the Steele Valley Chamber, everybody works together to make it work. If I need to have a need, then one of the other organizations pops up and we all work together to make everything work.
That's really great.
But
Yeah.
I love that about the community is everyone comes together to get everything done in this town is really cool.
And it's
It's
really
not-
inclusive too.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going
Yeah,
for, the
it's really-
inclusiveness
Yes.
of it. And one of the things you've been doing, and we've been so blessed to attend, is part of what you do is supporting local businesses. And we've been going to social media trainings
Right.
through, so Stella, do you want to tell us a little bit about?
So the classes are available through a grant with funds through the City of Arlington, through the COVID grants. But it's a great way of bringing businesses training once a month. The last couple have been on social media, but then going forward, we'll have classes on QuickBooks. We have a class on
Yeah, like-
sustainability. I've been asked to do a class on Excel. So there are different ones of benefits
That's
for,
free.
they are free for the
Any
businesses.
businesses can come and participate in these.
Businesses,
So fabulous.
Yeah.
Like,
it is a great way of making sure that, businesses are on their best foot forward.
yeah.
So we try to make these available to everybody and we want everybody to know about them.
Mhm. Sometimes when you're starting your new business, it's scary. I know that our last meeting, we had somebody that was just starting her business, and she's like still kind of shy about, yep, I'm doing this thing. Like, so if you take people though, like people walk in your door and they're like, I have this idea, what do I do?
Yeah, that's one of the big things that we do is we talk people through the steps. And if it's a business idea that we can't help them with, then we have partners out in the community like Northwest Innovation Center. There's resources up in Skagit County, different agencies we can say, we can get you to this point, and then we may need to go here. So to a business incubator or something else where they have those things, but we do the first steps. The very first steps is to get your UBI number for the state of Washington. Do these steps.
Then you can go to the farmer's market.
Then you can go to the farmer's market.
Right?
But most people don't know how to start,
Right.
what they have to do legally to start a business in the state of
And
Washington.
that can be a scary step,
It-
and you're so kind, and you're just always just present. Like, you have just a really nice calming presence to you, and you're always around, so people know you, so it's great to talk to you. So
Yeah.
if you are starting a business and you hit a roadblock, here's a great resource right here in Arlington.
Yeah, and if you've ever been on the state website to register your business and everything else, it is
Confusing.
so confusing. So confusing, and I can't tell you how many different people I asked, am I doing this right? Is this the type of license that we want to get? And all this stuff before I finally figured it out, when all along I should have just come and talked to you.
Yep. Now, and there's one of the things most people don't know, that there's actually a temporary UBI number. If you are, thinking I might want to do this, but you're not ready to put out that $100, you can get a temporary UBI that will allow you to maybe do something for a weekend to see if it fits before you
try
put it.
the farmer's
before you
market
get
on.
You could try the farmer's market, you could try an event, try a convention, try something. Then you can take that temporary UBI and make it into a real one. If that's something that you really want to do.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew that you could buy a weekend license, but I never really thought about it in that application, like
Yeah.
just trying it on. Because sometimes you're coming from another place and you want to get, go to a farmer's market in another town, you have to respect the town's.
Right. Different
tax,
different towns
rules
have
and-
different rules about if you need to have a business license from that individual city, how those taxes are collected, and how those things are. I mean, they're all reported on your taxes, but different rules for different places.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know what those rules are before you run into some kind of fine or fee or
Right.
something like that, because you didn't know.
Right.
And that's often.
And
Or there's a surprise when you.
tell.
Or there's a surprise. when you
There's a
go-
surprise little letter or an email from the revenue department. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scary one to get to, I would imagine. Like, what?
So, what other things does the Chamber of Commerce do?
The Chamber of Commerce, I tell people, is your advocate, right? We can do as much as we need you to do, but you need to do the work for you. So I am not going to start your business for you, but I will support you in any way. Then we have other members of the Chamber of Commerce who would help mentor you. If you have a need or you're thinking of a business, I will match you with a business that has said, yes, I will help mentor you. We have lots of businesses available that have stepped up. One of those that's done that multiple times is Donna from Save the Day Flora, who will help mentor.
She's fabulous.
She is
And
fabulous.
The flowers are gorgeous.
And
Oh
the
my
flowers
gosh.
are gorgeous. There's different people that are really good at helping mentoring those businesses, and I help match them with the resources in the community who said, I will help businesses. So the one nice thing about the Arlington business community is they do support each other, and they support each other pretty well.
And they really do. We have several florists downtown, but they all have different things that they carry and different things that they were able to provide. So they really are really good about working
Yeah, they
together.
are really
And
good.
Florists, our hairdressers, like everybody works together so beautifully.
I've seen situations like where one of the florists doesn't have something and has a large wedding. And so all the florists and the flower farmers all work together to make sure that wedding happens.
Fabulous.
If somebody doesn't have something, or they've gone down to get their order and there wasn't the resource they needed, they all work together to make it work.
I
So
love that.
yes.
Then
Yeah.
you're not a solo business. So even though we, a lot of times in small towns, we're individual business owners or it's a family run business, but here the community really steps, I have goosebumps saying this too. Our community really comes together to support you if you lean into the community and give,
Right.
the community gives back to you full-heartedly.
Right.
Like, it's really a really cool, it's really an amazing feeling to walk into a community too, if you're visiting, that is in that way, because you're not hearing petty things. Everybody's cross posting and sharing everybody's stuff. The sense of community is really felt when people come and visit.
Right, and it really helps when different businesses share, right? It makes it easier for everybody. It makes it so that you do feel that sense of community. And it's really fun. I mean, it makes life, I guess, sunny is a good word. I mean, not
It adds a brightness
It does.
to what could be a dark, hard thing.
right. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the things the Arlington business community has decided is that they're all in this together and there's enough to go around for everybody. They don't have to
Compare and compete with each other.
Compete with each
because
other.
there's abundance.
Yes.
there's abundance for
Yes.
everybody.
Having a husband that's been in business by himself for years, that can be really lonely, especially as a sole proprietor. You're trying to do everything. You don't have somebody to bounce those ideas
Yes.
off, nobody to vent to, nobody to, you're still doing your
No
work at
perspective,
midnight.
Nobody's giving you
Right.
perspective, like that there's a
There's-
better way to do something.
There's no time to, you're always on. And it's really great to have those resources that will be your support. And then we'll say, also will be a person that says, hey, you need to take a break. It's kind of fun.
Because rest is so important and people
Yes.
don't always remember that. We talk a lot about that on our podcast, that it's important to take that rest because we can't access other problem solving techniques if we don't let ourselves rest.
And if we're overwhelmed,
Yeah.
we can't think through things clearly and effectively, and we want to be able to do that with our communities and with our neighbors, friends, and business owners.
People with the like-mindedness of abundance, of they're working really hard to get their stuff out there, so they understand that passion to want to bring something of value and to show up in such an amazing way in our local community is awesome. So I love that, connecting with everybody.
Another thing I love about this little office that we're in here right by the park is all these wonderful brochures that we have. There's a rack right here behind me, there's one behind Heather. They're full of different local events, tours,
Hiking guides.
just different things. If you are like, I don't know what to do
Recipes.
this weekend.
Yeah, there's recipes.
There's even recipes, like if you
Yeah.
wanna go get something at one of the local farms, there's even recipes on how to go home and make something yummy with it, like there's a little bit of everything in here.
There's a little bit of everything in here, and it really brings the community together all in one place right here with all of these different.
Yeah, one of the fun ones is Meet Me in Arlington. If you can reach right up there and grab that one. So right above your head, right there. So that one's a fun one. We put out a thing asking, what is your favorite thing to do in Arlington?
Ooh,
And the community gave back their favorite things, and we took those favorite things and we made it into a brochure.
Oh,
And
this is fun.
I used the transition students from that have graduated from Arlington High School but are not yet ready to go out into the world, and they helped me last spring, organize what those favorite things were. And
I'm
so
not
this
gonna cry.
brochure,
I'm not
this
gonna cry.
brochure came
That's
out
so
of
fabulous.
this brochure came out of that. It's Arlington's
I
theme
always
favorite
forget
things
about
to
this
do.
one, the Outback Kangaroo Farm.
Yes, that
I
is a
always
fun one.
forget that. Okay, so I'm gonna read a couple of these here. Eat Local, Stilly Diner, Ellie's, Silver Scoop, Nettie, Junkyard Grill, and more.
Those are all wonderful places to eat.
Oh my gosh, yes. Stilly Diner has like really good breakfast. The staff is so amazing.
I saw them in an article not too long ago that they were one of like the top 10 places to eat in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have that special occasion, go to the bistro too. That is amazing.
Yeah.
But get your reservation.
A reservation.
A
I love
reservation.
that.
Get
That's
your
so cool.
reservation for that special occasion ahead of time. So you'll see people looking in the windows, but you need that reservation for bistro.
That's cool. I love the splash pad that we have
Yes.
at Fowler Park.
Yes.
The whole park is really beautiful.
And it's grown. I mean, and that is a community effort also, is, the Rotary has worked so hard on making that a safe place where people can play in the water, because there have been terrible things that have happened there at
Right.
the river. And to make that a safe place where kids can play and still experience that is great.
And they're right there by the water, but they're not having to be in that roaring water.
Right.
And so that's really awesome. They can get wet and
Have a good time.
have a good time
play.
Yes.
and play. And then there's so many beautiful places to walk over there too.
Yeah.
Like
Centennial Trail is right next to it.
Yeah, you can go take a walk, go down Centennial Trail. You can take a little detour off White Horse Trail. It's really cool.
I couldn't remember the name of it. Thank you.
Yes.
I've walked it many times. I was like, I don't know the name of it.
Yes.
It's really pretty because it has like little garden over, like there's things growing over arbors. And yeah, it's really pretty.
One of the other things that we wanted to touch base on is why it's important for businesses to be part of the
chamber. That's one of the questions I get. What do I get out of it? And I always give the answer. You can just pay your dues and get, an advertising, but what you get, it's like most anything, you get what you put into it. So if you put time, you can donate to the community. You can help with community events. You can get to know other businesses. You can be a resource for a nonprofit that needs help. We help connect those things. We help you connect you to other businesses. We do luncheons. We do the classes. I will help you do advertising. If you have a resource you're looking for, I help you find that. It kind of just.
So they get you.
They get me. They get not only me.
Personal Google.
My own. My husband will laugh because I will get the weirdest phone calls, and he's going, they could just look that up. But I was going, but then they don't get the person out. The person. The people from our chamber board will help you. There's so many. It just brings you
a little more connection.
Connection to the community, and that's why the tag is connecting business and community, because that is our biggest resource, is taking your business, expanding it, connecting it to those people in the community that could use your service or may not know of your service,
right?
As a way of helping your business. But then if you can give back to that community that helped build your business, is not better too. Like we have businesses go out and clean, pick up garbage, do those things, work on the trail. We help arrange those things. If you need, resources on how to make that happen, we will help make that happen.
Something that just popped into my mind is a lot of these projects around town could be used as like a big project like the Eagle Scout project or
Right.
things like that, and they would connect with you in order to
Yes,
make that
we would
happen.
help make that happen, make those connections to the community that need to happen.
I love it.
That is
That is
awesome.
I don't have anything else to add to that. That
I
is
don't
fabulous.
either. So as part of being local community, what would you say is, I'm trying to loop it around to cause of the quarter. You know, I see Perfect Pals right behind you. So they're a nonprofit organization, and I know that there's other nonprofits here in town. And so you can give locally in your community, or on our podcast, we always pick a cause of the quarter. And this quarter, our cause is the Tears Foundation, and they are Washington local, Puyallup, they're local from Puyallup, and they've grown internationally. And they support families when they lose a child or infant, well, unexpectedly, because nobody expects to do that. So yeah, they help during that time. They help with costs of what come
Bereavement counseling,
the costs of the burial, and all of those things are unexpected costs, and they help families with that. And then they also help with baby boxes, helping other countries
education
learn
around
more
proper sleeping
about-
habits for children.
Yeah, and their gala is coming up in October, and we would love to make an Arlington box. So I think we're gonna tag you to help us with that.
I can do that.
We figured like maybe something like a meet me in Arlington weekend package type of a thing. So if you are watching today and you want to donate to that, you just give Charlie an email, Charlie at Women in Leadership BSMB.com. And that's also our website, Women in Leadership BSMB.com, where you can go for all of our episodes. Be sure
Links,
to-
information, we've got a ton of stuff over there.
referrals, all the things that go with every podcast.
And for sure, let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to help connect you with those that will connect you to the right people.
Right.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Diane,
You are
for
welcome.
being here
This
with
is
us. For being such an amazing community member. I don't think our town would be the same without
Well,
you.
thank you.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
This is fun.
This is fun. And to our listeners, thank you guys for hanging out with us and tuning in. If you have any questions about the Chamber of Commerce, check out your local Chamber of Commerce. And if you're local here in Arlington, give Diane a call, and we will see you guys next time. Namaste. Mwah.